Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Fun Science Demos. I want you to check this out. Now, it's going to look really weird, but it's actually scientific. It seems hard to believe, but I just made a cloud with nothing but my mouth. In other videos, we showed you how to make a cloud in a bottle, but I use nothing more than my mouth to make a cloud. Now, if you live in colder parts of the world, you've experienced stepping outside, opening your mouth and breathing out and seeing a cloud form before you as the moisture in your breath freezes when it hits the air. It's cold outside, warm in your mouth. That's what forms the cloud. But here, I used pressure to make the cloud form. I'm going to explain how I did it really quickly. I clicked my tongue with my mouth closed like this. Except I did it with my mouth closed. Now, while I do that, I have to make sure I'm not breathing in through my nose because it ruins the pressure. So as I click my tongue with my mouth closed, and then I'm going to hold my nose, put my hand over my mouth and blow as hard as I can inside my cheeks to build up the pressure. And then I have to let go, open my mouth, the pressure drops, and the cloud is formed because the water vapor in my breath condenses. It goes from high pressure in my cheeks to low pressure, and when that happens, the temperature drops, the water in my breath condenses, and a cloud is born. But all clouds are not the same. So in this video, we're going to take a closer look at some of the different types of clouds. And to do that, we're going to use shaving cream and glue. So to model our clouds, we need some shaving cream. Shake it up. And you can see it's fluffy and white. It looks a lot like a cloud to me. Now, to make sure this shaving cream stays around, we need to add some glue. I'm going to unscrew the cap for this. And you want about equal parts. I'm just going to dump it right on top in the center, give it a little squeeze. And now I get to mix it up. We've zoomed in so you can watch how I mix it up. And I just like to take my finger and swirl it. And what you're looking for is kind of something with the consistency of whipped cream or Cool Whip. Spin it around. You don't want it too liquidy. You want it to be able to maintain its peak. So I can almost create a model of a fluffy cloud. And I am ready to go. So we have our two pieces of wax paper, and we drew a line for our ground, and there's a little tree just so you know that this is the ground. So let's talk about how clouds form and the different types of clouds. So water from puddles and lakes and streams, even water given off of the trees, that water is going to evaporate and turn into a gas. That means we can't see it. It's in the air. There's water vapor in the air right now. There's water vapor in our breath. There's water vapor everywhere. And that water in the air is going to rise and rise, and as it goes higher and higher up, it gets colder and colder until eventually it hits an area in the sky that's cold enough for that water vapor to turn back into water. And the first type of cloud we're going to talk about is a cumulus cloud. They're lower clouds. They're clouds lower in the sky, and the bottom of them are flat because as that water vapor rises in the air, it's going to hit that area in the sky that's cold enough to make it turn back into water, and we have that line where it condenses. Now those cumulus clouds are nice and puffy and white and textured. So I'm going to use my shaving cream here with my fingers, and I'm just going to form a nice puffy white cloud. They are a cumulus cloud. Nice flat bottom, puffy and floating in the sky. Beautiful. So remember, as I said, as that water vapor gets higher and higher up in the air, the colder it gets. So now we're going to talk about a type of cloud that's way high up in the sky. It's up so high and it's so cold, that cloud's actually made out of ice crystals. And instead of having a fluffy look, it has a very thin look. We're going to talk about the Cirrus Cloud. And to do that, I don't need a lot of shaving cream and glue because they're very thin and wispy and feathery. High up in the sky, I'm going to go as high as I can go here, and now I'm going to create a cirrus cloud just by dragging my fingers to create a very light, feathery. I might come in with my clean hand here and get a wispy, kind of feathery swirl. There we go. So we have our cirrus clouds high in the sky made of ice crystals, and they generally mean good weather. And our cumulus clouds also generally mean good weather, but sometimes the air pressure gets low and it starts to drop, the atmosphere gets unstable and winds start to come in, and that cumulus cloud begins to build as those winds churn, and those cumulus clouds grow larger and larger, following those wind currents up into the sky. These massive, massive clouds that might stretch miles into the sky and spread miles across the horizon. And you'll see them start to flatten out across the top. Scientists actually call it an anvil top. And those are called the Cumulonimbus Clouds. Massive, huge, thick clouds in the sky. And this type of cloud is so high because we have these awesome wind currents inside, driving the cloud higher into the sky until eventually it flattens out at the top. And these cumulonimbus clouds, this is where rain and hail and lightning and thunder and tornadoes come from. They come out of all of these wind currents inside these massive cumulonimbus clouds filling the sky. And the last type of cloud we want to talk about is the Stratus Cloud, and that's low, low, low in the sky, and it covers the sky like a blanket. You can't even see the sky past the cloud. It's just this overcast gray cloud just covering as a blanket. I'm going to spread it out nice and low in the sky, and a lot of times if that cloud turns gray and overcast, rain can fall from that stratus cloud. Nimbostratus, covering the sky, low to the ground. Sometimes it's so low you almost feel like you could reach up and touch it. And sometimes that cloud can come all the way down until it touches the ground, and when that happens, we call that fog. And before you know it, we have a beautiful cloudscape. Our cirrus clouds high in the sky made of ice crystals, our cumulus clouds with the flat bottoms turning into cumulonimbus clouds, then our stratus cloud covering the whole sky, and when it touches the ground, it's fog. The cool thing about making clouds out of shaving cream and glue is that this is going to dry and it's going to stay just as puffy. It's going to look just like this. And I can hang this up on a window. I can hang this up on a bulletin board or my wall. I could cut these out and I would have a cloudscape. This cloudscape was simple to make with shaving cream and glue, and the best part is that it's easy to wash up our mess with just water and soap. If you want to learn more about weather, check out our playlist and links in our video description. Science is so cool, especially when it's messy. Thanks for watching.